I'm here with Shanae Adams. Hi, Shanae. How are you today?
I'm good. How are you doing?
I'm good. I'm excited. So, we're going to talk a little bit about your upcoming class, Kink and Color and Clinician. And can you tell us, like, what is this class about?
Absolutely. So, Kink and Color and Clinician is really about celebrating and supporting Black bodies in kink spaces. And so, first, we have to have a little bit of an understanding about what kink is, why kink is, but I do want to specifically get into what kink may be like for Black people from my experience and from the folks in my communities, and really talking about just the intersection that comes from being Black and kinky, particularly since mainstream kink is very white. And so when people of color attempt to kink, it can be difficult to find representation of your identity and your culture in kink spaces because kink culture absolutely differs based on other identities that people have and they exist in. And even just the really like the feeling of like safety, whether or not it's safe for you to be able to go out and kink as a Black person. And so, really talking to clinicians and other sexuality professionals about how do you support your Black clients who may be kink interested as they begin their kink journey, and how do you support your Black clients who may have been harmed by kink but still have an interest in kink.
So, it sounds like a really important class for clinicians to take. I mean, you just kind of explained that right there. Um,
Absolutely, yeah. And a lot from like just my background and my perspective of the harm that I experienced trying to engage in kink for the first time, and even just a little bit of like what I wish I would have had from a support system until I found my community, and maybe even how to deal with the difficulty of finding community because community it's not like doesn't just pop out for you. Sometimes you really have to go look for it, particularly if you have a minoritized identity.
yeah. And so, can you just give us like a couple takeaways that people will go home with after they take your class?
For sure. One of the big takeaways will be language. So, learning what the difference is between like kink affirming and kink inclusive, helping your clients be able to articulate what they might be experiencing in white kink spaces. Because once you have language for things, then you're able to express your experience and just some general overall knowledge. So that way, clients don't feel like they have to educate their clinician about what kink is, how kink is, and what that experience might be like for some Black people.
Excellent. Anything else you want to tell us that would get people excited or more excited about your class?
For sure, a lot of what's going to come up in the class is actually a part of, what I've been working on in my dissertation. So my dissertation studies Black queer kink. And so I'm excited to have yet another kind of thread that's coming out of this big project that really supports that project.
Awesome. So we're going to do this live next month as well as have it recorded for anybody that wants to take it. So super excited. Thank you for being here with us.
Absolutely. I hope to see y'all in class. Bring good questions because I like to have a conversation. Like I can lecture, but I'd rather talk to you. So bring good questions.
All right.